Jairam Ramesh, the habitual liar, has started a campaign to destabilize India's image globally. First, he peddled the fake news that Pakistan's Army Chief Asif Munir was invited by the US, a lie completely denied by the White House. Not a single US military or diplomatic source confirmed it. Yet Congress latched on and attacked India's diplomacy. This isn't a mistake, this is a sabotage. And when the lie fell apart, not a single Congress leader apologized. Jairam Ramesh didn't react, didn't correct, didn't face any consequence. What does this tell you? The truth doesn't matter, only propaganda does. Now, the same Jairam Ramesh is spinning conspiracy theories about Adani, Cyprus, and offshore investments based entirely on intimation, not evidence. No charges, no global agency confirmation, just familiar spears timed to coincide with the PM's foreign visit. His new lie: Prime Minister is coordinating with Cyprus to hide some offshore scandal. Cyprus, a sovereign nation, India has had warm ties with since Nehru's era. This isn't a critique, it's treachery dressed up in a pseudo history. He claimed that PM Modi's visit to Cyprus is suspicious because a Cyprus citizen is allegedly involved in Modani case. But the fact is, PM Modi's visit to Cyprus is part of pre-announced multilateral diplomatic itinerary tied to the G7 summit and bilateral engagement. Everybody knows that foreign policy visits are planned months in advance through MEA protocols. There is no evidence of linkage between the visit and any private individual under investigation. Number 2, he claims that Cyprus-based fund New Laena has invested $420 million in Adani Group. But the fact is, New Laena is a registered FPI, which means it operates under SEBI norms. Foreign portfolio investors are allowed to invest in Indian capital markets, provided they meet KYC, ownership, and disclosure norms under the SEBI regulations 2019. No enforcement authority in India has declared New Laena's investment as legal. Number 3, he claims the ultimate beneficial owner of New Laena is linked to Amicrop. Amicrop helped set up at least 7 Adani promoter entities. And he goes on, Amicrop is linked to 17 offshore entities tied to Vinod Adani. But the fact is, even if the UBO is linked to Amicrop, that in itself doesn't imply wrongdoing. Amicrop is a globally recognized trust and fiduciary service provider that operates across more than 30 jurisdictions. Their citizens include HNIs, institutional investors, and MNCs. Using professional service provider is standard in cross-border corporate structuring. Vinod Adani's point here draws from Hindenburg's report but lacks proven illegality. Offshore holdings are not unlawful under Indian or international law if disclosed and compliant with FEMA, RBI, and IT regulations. As of today, no court or regulator has established criminality in these links. Amicrop, the firm he is slandering here, is a global fiduciary service provider operating in full compliance across jurisdictions. It's not illegal, it's not secretive, and its services are used by hundreds of Indian and international corporations. His insinuations are deliberately misleading. Congress has decided that anything offshore is illegal, anything corporate is corrupt, anything Adani is guilty. This is not regulation, this is rage. Their target is not corruption, it's India's economic resurgence. Number 4, he claims SEBI's probe is stalled due to lack of cooperation from Cyprus, a tax haven. India and Cyprus signed a revised DTA in 2016, resolving the blacklisting issue. Both countries are signatories to the OECD Common Reporting Standard, which obligates them to automatically exchange financial information. If SEBI faces delays, they are procedural, not due to absence of treaties or diplomatic inaction. Jairam Ramesh is desperately trying to manufacture an international scandal during the PM Modi's global outreach. Why? Because Congress cannot stand India being seen as strong and investable under Modiji. They would rather want India fail than Modi succeed. This man had lied about Pegasus, he lied about Rafale, lied about electoral bonds, lied about Hindenburg, lied about Asim Munir, lied about offshore firms, and now he is lying about Cyprus. There is no pattern. Here it's a full-time career in propaganda. He speaks like an academic, but acts like an anarchist. He belongs in a press cell for propaganda agents, not in the Indian parliament. This isn't raising questions. This is systematic, malicious subversion of national interest, foreign policy, and investor confidence with zero accountability. No Indian citizen abroad has ever seen such betrayal from within. While Modi ji promotes India, Congress sends its spokesperson to peddle rumors and give Pakistan and China a narrative boost. His whole propaganda is to provoke Modi government for not putting pressure on Cyprus to access financial data. But the fact is, the government has issued multiple notices to offshore jurisdictions in ongoing cases. Cooperation is dependent on mutual legal assistance treaties and administrative timelines, not arbitrary pressure. Jairam Ramesh, being an unapologetic Nehruvian, he says, India, once a strong voice for Cyprus's decolonization, is now allegedly ignoring its legacy. This is an emotionally charged but irrelevant linkage. India's support for Cyprus during the decolonization period is a matter of historical record. PM Modi's visit itself is a continuation of that legacy, reinforcing bilateral cooperation. Political attempts to frame it as a betrayal of Nehruvian values are both outdated and ideologically loaded. Jairam Ramesh and Congress have now crossed over from being an opposition to being a liability to the nation. They need to be called out, not just politically, but legally.